I remember feeling the sharp pain in my body as I fell to the ground. I couldn't believe what was happening to me. I looked up and saw my attacker, a fellow student, standing over me with a knife in his hand. I couldn't understand why he would do something like this. I had always felt safe on the university campus. I had never imagined that I would be the victim of such a violent attack. As I lay there bleeding, I thought about my family and friends. I wondered if I would ever see them again. Thankfully, some passers-by came to my aid and called for an ambulance. I was rushed to the hospital, where doctors worked to save my life. I underwent surgery to repair the damage done to my body, but the emotional scars would remain. It was later discovered that my attacker had a history of mental illness and had been expelled from the university for aggressive behavior. I couldn't help but wonder why someone like him was allowed to carry a weapon onto a university campus. I hope that my story will serve as a reminder that we must do more to protect students and ensure that they are safe on campus. No one should have to fear for their life while pursuing an education.
Can't believe that this is happening to me. I never thought that I would be in this situation. I know that I made a mistake, but I didn't mean to hurt anyone. It all started when I met Nيرة in one of our classes. I was immediately drawn to her, and I thought that we had a connection. I started to spend more time with her, and I even asked her out on a date, but she rejected me, and I was heartbroken. I couldn't stop thinking about her, and I thought that if I showed her how much I loved her, she would change her mind, so I came up with the idea of proposing to her outside the university gate. I thought that it would be romantic, and she would see how serious I was. But things didn't go as planned. When I proposed to her, she rejected me again, and I couldn't control my emotions. I felt like I had been humiliated, and I lashed out at her. I didn't mean to hurt her, but I was so angry that I didn't know what I was doing. When I came to my senses, I realized what I had done, and I tried to help her, but it was too late. She was already bleeding heavily, and there was nothing I could do to save her.
I remember feeling so scared and helpless as he attacked me. I tried to fight back, but he was too strong. I never thought that my life would end like this, with me bleeding on the ground, gasping for air. Hours later, I learned that the attacker had been arrested, and that he had confessed to deliberately murdering me. His confession cited disputes between us and my refusal to marry him as the reasons for his actions. I am still trying to make sense of it all. How could someone be so consumed by their own desires that they would resort to such violence?
I was arrested and put on trial for Nيرă's murder. The whole process was overwhelming and terrifying. I couldn't believe that I was in this situation, and I couldn't imagine what my family and friends were going through.
My heart aches for my family and loved ones, who have to deal with the aftermath of this tragedy. I wish I had known that he was capable of such violence. I wish I had taken the threats he made against me more seriously. Maybe then, I could have avoided this tragedy. I hope that my story serves as a wake-up call to everyone out there who may be in a similar situation. If someone is making threats against you or causing you harm, please take it seriously and seek help. No one deserves to go through what I did.
I know that what I did was wrong, and I am sorry for the pain that I caused Nيرă's family and friends. I wish that I could take it all back, but I can't. All I can do now is accept the consequences of my actions and try to make amends. I know that I will have to pay for what I did, and I am prepared to face the consequences, but I hope that people will understand that I never meant to hurt anyone, and that I am truly sorry for what happened.
It breaks my heart to think that someone I once knew could be capable of such a heinous act. My family and friends are devastated by my loss, and my dreams and aspirations have been cut short. I hope that justice is served and that my attacker is held accountable for his actions.
During the trial, I was asked why I had killed Nيرة. I couldn't find the words to explain myself. I was ashamed of what I had done, and I knew that there was no excuse for my actions. I had ruined a young woman's life, and I had destroyed my own future. When the judge sentenced me to death by hanging, I was overcome with emotion. I had never imagined that my life would end like this. I didn't want to die, but I knew that I had to face the consequences of my actions.
I may be gone, but I will never be forgotten. My memory will live on, and I hope that my story can help prevent similar tragedies from happening in the future. I hope that justice will be served. and that no one else will have to go through what I did.
The thought of being hanged live on TV was terrifying. I didn't want my family and friends to see me die like that. I didn't want them to remember me as a murderer. I wish that I had never proposed to Nira. I wish that I had never let my emotions get the best of me. I wish that I had never hurt her, but I can't change the past. All I can do now is try to make peace with myself and the people I have hurt. I hope that my story will serve as a warning to others. Love should never be forced, and rejection should never be met with violence. I hope that people will learn from my mistakes and choose a better path.
And I hope that my story can serve as a reminder to everyone to stay safe and vigilant in their daily lives.
As I took my last breath, I felt a sense of freedom and release. I was no longer burdened by my past mistakes and the weight of my guilt. It was as if I had been reborn, free from the chains of my past. As my spirit left my body, I felt a sense of lightness and peace. I was no longer bound by the limitations of my physical body, and I was able to see the world in a new and beautiful way. I saw the world as it really was, full of beauty, wonder, and love.